You're not gonna say anything?
Greasable?
Okay, Ian!
How you doing?
Great. Tonight,
Wonderful.
we checked out a movie.
We did.
An older movie. What, it didn't come out recently?
Came out in the U.S. last month.
Oh, really? Oh. I thought it was like 2018 or
2018 is what it's listed at on IMDb. I assume that's when it released in Portugal, its country of origin.
Okay.
Or perhaps elsewhere. I don't know. I didn't do the research.
No,
But April 3rd, 4th of 2020 is when it released in the U.S.
All right, well, that's good to know. I didn't know that. I thought we were like very late to the party here, but apparently
Usually are.
Yeah, but we're fashionably late at this point, which makes us the cool guys.
Yes.
We are so cool.
So cool.
We're talking about Mutant Blast. I don't even know how I found this trailer for this movie, but I found it and I sent it to you. I'm like, we're doing this because this looks
cool.
fucking cool.
It did.
And then I was like, we're doing this movie tonight. And I looked for the movie and I'm like, how the fuck do you watch this movie? And I'm already signed up for Troma, and I went on there, and it's on there to rent. It is distributed, produced in some tandem way with Troma. Lloyd Kaufman's name is attached. Michael Hurt's name is attached. Lloyd Kaufman's in the movie. So this is technically a Troma movie.
It is. It is. I imagine we're gonna get some Troma folks tuning in to check out, Troma fans tuning in to check out our review. So I think we should lay our priors down. Neither of us are really Troma people.
Not a big Troma guy.
No, I'm not here to hate. Not mad about Troma. It's just not my vibe.
There's some movies.
Yeah. So.
The sense of humor that a lot of Troma stuff has doesn't usually work for me.
Same.
That being said, this really doesn't feel like a Troma movie to me.
In some ways, it really does.
Really?
In some ways.
Really?
The goriness.
The goriness feels...
And the silliness of the goriness. And sometimes that Troma... It felt like a Troma-inspired movie, for sure. Especially the humor where he's talking about penises and it's going to explode a radio.
But that was also the cringiest moment of the movie for me.
Could be, yeah.
To me, this is more your Astron 6/early Peter Jackson type thing. This is your Manborg, your Psycho Goreman.
Yeah,
definitely.
I would
definitely more out there.
Especially
than
if we're
that,
comparing to movies this year.
Yeah,
I would compare it strongly to Psycho Goreman in many ways.
But then also the goriness to me of a Bad Taste or a Dead Alive type deal, and humor in some ways with that stuff.
Yeah, certainly not that good, but.
But we're going off. We're getting too into it. We didn't say what the movie's about.
Yeah, the movie is about a lot of things.
There's a lot going on here.
It's primarily about a woman who is a double agent, and she is trying to rescue a secret super soldier character that she's trying to get away from the military secret group. And
zombie
hijinks ensue.
/ mutations occur.
Yeah.
And
forms a bond with another young man surviving the apocalypse.
And the movie goes places you would not expect, or could not expect, or could not predict, which is where the fun comes in.
No, you could not expect this movie.
So I assume you enjoyed this.
I loved this movie. This was a lot of fun.
This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun.
It felt a little bit like trying to mix like a Troma movie or a Psycho Goreman type movie with like The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Okay.
In some ways.
Because it's a Lobster Man?
Lobster Man, like there's aquatic stuff, like there's just weird like non sequiturs.
Yeah, there's that.
Like
for sure.
that's where there is some of the gross like sexual humor. Like you might does feel like a Troma movie, but then you just get like weird like, well, that came out of nowhere. Like it's funny, but you laugh, but like you couldn't explain the joke to somebody, so there's no point. Absurdity. This is an Ian movie to the Bad Movie Night fans, the long timers.
Yeah, absurdity. Yes. But
this appeals to the same side of me that Hard Rock
Zombies
appeals to
I
me.
knew you were gonna talk about fucking Hard Rock Zombies. I hear you, but for whatever reason, the absurdity in Hard Rock Zombies didn't work for me when this really did.
Yeah.
I think it's because like the jokes keep like elevating or like just keep going more bizarre, and then they follow through. There's a moment with a lobster and a dolphin, and it's like, wow, they really went for it there in a way that really works. It's really funny. I really enjoyed this movie too, and I like the two lead actors. comparing it to a lot of other things, but like I got a lot of Turbo Kid type stuff out of this as well. But it doesn't quite have the heart as something like that, or Psycho Goreman quite as much. But
no, see, I think Psycho Goreman failed at not delivering on the heart things.
But
it
started with it.
But this movie I thought had the right amount of heart for something that was so absurd,
Maybe.
and so gory, and trying to be humorous in ways, and then like it had just the right amount of heart, I think.
I think you're right.
Usually these types of movies either fail at or don't even attempt to have heart.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I think that the problem is because we're throwing the word absurd around, but it's just like so
off the wall
that it is hard to stay with those grounded like storyline between two characters.
So when they do happen, I think it lands harder.
Maybe, but like Turbo Kid to me had a lot of heart, but also like the rules were pretty set in that universe. While it was over the top and ridiculous and gory, this movie was like, we don't know what we're gonna get next, and the movie doesn't seem like it does either. All of a sudden there's rats, and you know what I mean? It's just like nonsense. The editing and the camera work was really fun, and a lot of times
there's some really fun shots.
Well, and creatively used the camera to get around some special effects stuff. Now, there's a lot of repetitive kills, stomping on heads, cutting off heads that it felt like they're reusing stuff.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But then there's moments where like characters are mutating and then the camera will spin around something. You can tell that they're gonna cut in between there, but because of the fluidity and the motion, it's hard to catch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of creative stuff.
Or at least if you're not experienced in filmmaking, you'd probably not notice anyway.
It. But that's when they're doing a lot of stuff like that. And it's good because I don't know, I think maybe like almost all of the effects in this movie are practical.
Yeah.
There's so much real blood shooting everywhere.
Yeah. There's nothing obviously CG to me. And oftentimes, like we talk about the camera work being good, but like the picture didn't always look great.
That's good though.
Yeah, and maybe that was intentional to help hide some things.
Well,
but like, I forget where I was going with this.
Well, the reason I say that's good is because we're going to talk about another movie later, which does have a lot of gore too, but it's also shot like digitally, 4K, supreme cleanness, and that hurts those kind of movies. This movie feels the focus is soft.
Yeah.
There's a.
But it also doesn't look SOV or anything like that.
Doesn't look shot on video. It doesn't look. Or it doesn't look shot on film either, but it does have a soft focus. It does have some grit to it. It just doesn't look super clean, which helps with that kind of stuff. It really sells the look. I think the color palette and stuff is really good as well.
Yeah,
consistent. I think the movie doesn't have much momentum, and that's kind of the problem with some of it. It's like we're sitting around and like shit's happening, but
if you were gonna redo this thing to try and give it better momentum, you'd get rid of a lot of the things I liked most about it.
I know, that's the problem, yeah. But it doesn't really feel like
trying to maintain the momentum, you never get the Dolphin Man.
But it's still, it just sometimes it just doesn't feel like it's going anywhere.
Yeah. But like also like the main journey isn't that important.
No.
Like it's MacGuffin's the wrong word for it, but it's close to the right word for it.
The storyline, if you say it out loud, is super simple and it's been done a million times before. It's all the tangents that are interesting.
Yeah, they're just trying to get to a place.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you what place. It doesn't matter.
It's Disney World.
We never see it. We only hear about it.
Just like Disney World.
True, for me, at least. But yeah, no, like, I don't know. It's the characters and it's, like you said, the side journey.
And the commitment to really go for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I loved.
I loved it too.
This
movie felt like it had no notes given to it. You know what I mean? Like nobody told this director, no, you can't do that.
This movie reminds me.
Somebody told him you have to do it cheaper, but nobody told him he couldn't do it.
Exactly. Well, and it feels like one person's sense of humor and vision brought to, sort of like Velocipaster.
But inspired by.
Do you know what I mean? Like where it's like this is a consistent voice telling the story, and that's why it feels like everything makes sense, but it's also so weird.
And even to whatever extent that other people contributed to that voice, like they all understood.
Yeah, what we're going for.
Yeah,
the tone and everything. It's a shame that this thing is like buried on Troma, right? Like I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like how many people are subscribed to Troma's streaming service? And even if you are, it's very niche. Well, I think the movie has more of a broader appeal than a lot of Troma movies.
I would think that's
I'm not trying to dig on Troma movies, but it's just like
Troma's a very particular flavor.
But
it's like a Hawaiian pizza.
Yes.
Where like, spare me your opinions about Hawaiian pizza. Like, a lot of people don't like it.
I like
the people who like it love it. I like it too. I'm not mad about a Hawaiian pizza, but obviously there are a lot of people who really hate it and get mad at the very idea that it exists. And that you are somehow doing something, but like, for the right people, it's just the right taste. And that's trauma.
Are we getting pizza? Is that what we're
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I was like, I'm getting hungry now. I was like,
Actually had Hawaiian pizza yesterday.
yeah, of course.
Got a Hawaiian pizza with jalapeno peppers and a little smoky barbecue sauce on it. I
Sounds
call it the
delicious.
4S. It's quite yummy.
The 4S?
Yeah, because you got your savory, you got your sweet, you got your spicy, and you got your smoky. Good time.
What about your sexy?
Well, I bring that to the table.
You always do.
I was eating it at work though. I didn't want to be getting all my coworkers all hot and bothered.
That's true. That's a good point.
So I kept the sexy tamped down. I just stuck with 4S. I didn't go full 5S. You don't go full 5S at work.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I got not much else to say about this thing.
Yeah.
It is brisk in some ways.
I mean, we could talk more about plot points and elements, but there's no need to. Just watch the movie.
Yeah, it's
You can see I took extensive notes.
it has a good climax, some funny moments, some cool creature effects and bosses and gore.
Yeah.
Tons of gore.
One thing confused me.
Okay.
If we're gonna pick this movie apart,
Let's do it.
there's a bit of a debate between the two main characters about whether they're zombies or science experiments.
Well, Ian.
gone wrong.
I am a master debater.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Just take away the D.
For some reason, I think this is intended as humor,
Okay. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
and they bleep out the word zombies every time.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
It
just feels
missed
weird.
me. I think it's like the potato French fries thing in House Harker.
Okay.
I love that movie, but I've never understood what they're going for with that bit.
I don't remember that.
That's fine. You don't have to.
We did talk about House Harker. We got that off our list. Yeah. That's on that video.
check off your bingo card list.
You know what? I will say, just if anyone is actually still watching, probably not. But this movie is subtitled,
Yeah.
which will turn some people off. Especially, I think.
Yeah, but those
crowd-
people are wrong.
Yeah, I mean, those people are definitely wrong. This was a fun ass movie. I'm glad we found it. I think this movie should be watched.
Yeah.
Especially if you're into this kind of stuff. If you liked Psycho Goreman,
Yes.
if you like Turbo Kid,
Yes.
if you like these ridiculous, over-the-top, gory, comedy, dark humor, check this out. It's so much fun. And it's like $3 to rent on the Troma site. All right, that's gonna do it for Mutant Blast. And then Patreon.com.
Do it.
I did it.
And we're done.
Okay, we're done. Fucking clipped. Why am I having so much trouble with this? Oh, for the love of all that's fucking. I'm not enjoying this. I'm not enjoying this right now. Is it good?
It's like shooting off sideways.
Son of a. Are we there?
It is not clipped at the moment.
Fuck me.